Is the area that you live in contributing towards you feeling anxious, stressed or depressed? To be trapped living in an area that you don't like living in but can't escape because of your economic situation, it can contribute towards feelings of anxiety, stress and depression. Why? Unfortunately, we live in a world where some areas are filled up with people who are struggling to live. In these places, crime and violence are rife. Every day it's a challenge to live in such places. Quality of life in run-down parts of town are not what you would call contributing towards mental well-being. For the outsider who's never lived in areas that have higher levels of poverty, their portrayal of anyone who feels trapped would be to just get off your backside and do something about it. Yes, there is one way of trying to escape. However, it's not always that straightforward. An individual could go to university, get their degree, and at the end of it all, they can't get a graduate job due to the high amounts of competition in trying to secure graduate employment. What happens then? That person could then end up in low-paid, minimum wage jobs which won't give them a sense of empowerment or the chance to leave behind the area that they really don't like living in. Or you might have a person who goes to college to learn a skill. They pass the course with flying colours only to be told by employers that they don't have any experience. That person then goes from being newly skilled and then going back to being unskilled again. The impact this can have on a person facing such a situation can unbalance on their psychological well-being. Now, I'm not suggesting here that it's all doom and gloom out there, but unfortunately the examples I've explained can and do happen. It's always best to be prepared because it puts people on a good footing to plan ahead for their next move. Life is full of challenges and possible frustrations, and you've got to be able to accept that as a fact, and that's a step in the right direction if you do. So why are poor areas filled with violence and crime? Because for a lot of people in those places, there's a culture of being violent and criminal. In other words, they don't know any different. Now, I remember being at school in the East End of London, where it was frowned upon to show any academic leanings whatsoever. However, it was championed to be non-productive in society. It was looked upon as a kind of badge of honour. If only people in those poorer places could change their mindsets and be more productive, positive, and not want to engage with antisocial behaviour. Can you imagine what it's like for those who don't adhere to the area's code of negativity? Feeling trapped and unable to find a way out of the maze that they find themselves in. There is only one way in such situations, and that is to never ever give in. The key is not to let negative emotions control the way you live your life. Overcome those frustrations, plan a way forward that can assist you in making the right decisions. This can give an individual involved in such processes a sense of hope. My hypnotherapy work now to stop anxiety can help a person who's trapped in an anxiety-focused mindset to become more focused. For a mind that's low in anxiety can have the clarity to move forward in the right direction. By applying the right techniques, I can assist in offering a client the opportunity to be accepting of things and at the same time get them to focus on goals that assist in improving their lives. For those who have had setbacks on their journey to improving their lives, mindset is vital for withholding a negative attitude that's just ready to accept defeat. If someone has worked hard to make positive changes in their lives and nothing's improved, procrastination can rear its ugly head and hold that individual back. Such self-defeating thoughts as, what's the point? Or, I've worked myself into a frenzy to create good in my life, only to be told I'm not worthy, I've had enough. This only adds fuel to the fire. If anyone listens to such self-defeating thoughts, then they've stopped themselves from ever making positive changes in their lives. Yes, it's a competitive world out there. Yes, it's incredibly tough. But ultimately, a person facing such issues must always adhere to positivity, even though their situation is anything but positive. There must be a knowing within, a feeling of confidence that yes, things are tough, but I'll never let this break my spirit. My hypnosis work to stop procrastination will look into a person's mindset to assess why they feel the urge to not bother making positive change in their lives. Once there's an understanding there, I can then approach the client to give them techniques that can offer a sense of self-empowerment. For those of you out there who've never lived in areas where there's a lot of negative energy, be grateful. I'm not saying this because someone who's never lived in a poor area before doesn't have to face the challenges that we all have to face in life. Life will always be full of challenges in whatever shape or form they come in. Nevertheless, being born and raised in a rundown part of town does offer very deep challenges. It most certainly isn't for the faint-hearted. If you feel this subject matter has struck a chord with you, then please contact me. If you live in my locality and you'd like to have face-to-face hypnotherapy with me, or if you don't but you would like to work with me on Zoom, please visit my website at www.jamesdooleyhypnotherapy.com. Thanks for watching this video blog. See you in the next video.